You like hiking with dogs? Me too. Stick around. We're going to talk about some fun stuff. We are. Yeah. Don't go away. What are you doing in my chair? You goofball. Okay, off. Off. Good boy. Hey everybody, my name's Len, and that was Gus that was just in my chair. Now he's sitting over there glaring at me. You are on Hiking with Gus the Cattle Dog. Glad you make it here. Today we are going to discuss Gus. You know, I've made a bunch of videos with us hiking together and stuff, and I don't really talk about him too much, couple of things here and there. So we're going to do a quick little video, kind of give you the history behind Gus, from the day that I got him till currently where he sits over there licking his lips and snarling at me. So stick around, we'll get this started here in a minute. Well, I guess I should start off with a little history behind why I got Gus and what led up to that. I've always had an infatuation with blue heelers. Ever since I saw the Mad Max movie with Mel Gibson and the blue heeler he had on there, I thought, what a cool dog. So that's kind of what started it all for me. I had a friend of mine who actually had a blue heeler. The dog's name was Travis. Cool dog, real smart dog. But the little bugger, every time I'd go over to visit my friend, that little bugger would sneak up behind me and nip me in the heels. And it didn't hurt. It was just his way of kind of letting me know that he was in charge. But one of the things that, as I got closer to getting a blue heeler, one of the things I didn't want was for that to happen. Anyways, I was a single dad of 4 kids for, 17 some years, I think it was, 16 or 17 years. So getting a dog with 4 kids, it really wasn't part of the plan. And I was kind of thinking, well, the last thing I needed was another child in my home that didn't listen to me. So I put off getting a dog until the kids were all grown and had left home with some help along the way. But yeah, so I put it off until then. So after the kids were all moved out, with a little help from me, after they had graduated obviously and were of age, I moved in with my long-term girlfriend. We'd been together 17 some years. We didn't want to mix the families. It's a long story. Yeah, we're married now, but we didn't want to rush into anything. Anyways, I moved in, I got a text from my stepdaughter, Tessa, and she had known that I had a soft spot for blue heelers and had always wanted one. So she had a friend who had had a litter of puppies. And so she sent me a text and wanted to know if I was still interested and if I still wanted to get a blue heeler. And I was like, responded back right away, like, duh. So anyways, she ended up texting me a picture back, which is this right here, and I fell in love. It was love at first sight. I sent her a text back. I said, tell your friend to tell her friend that we'll take him. You know, hold on to him. Let us know where, how much, and all that good stuff. So we ended up connecting with the friend of the friend. And that afternoon, I believe it was, yeah, this would have been maybe latter part of August of I don't know, he's 2013 maybe, let's see, he's 5, so 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah, 2014, because Gus is 5.5 years old now. So we connected that afternoon, and I brought home that little furry bundle of velociraptor that he is. When we went over to see him, of course, I loved him right from the get-go. He came over. It was like there was a group of puppies. There was only like 2 left, I think, that were available. And he scooted his little butt right on over to us. So it was a match made right off the bat. And to take a step back, just to be clear, I did get the okie dokie from my better half to get Gus so we could have a puppy. Yeah, so, that's the way it works. Anyway, so the next day, actually, yeah, oh, this is his family portrait too. So this is him with all of his siblings as well. It's kind of cool that we got his family background. But anyways, the next day I took him to the vet, and the poor little guy got sicker than a dog. Wait a minute. He is a dog. Yeah, he got sicker than a drunk on Friday after payday, I guess you could say. But anyways, he got really car sick. I felt terrible for him. When we got to the vet, they took a picture of him. It was the first trip to the vet with me as him with my owner. And they took this picture right here of him, and he just looked so pathetic. That's his ID for his vet records at this current time. So, but I felt horrible about it. And then I felt bad because I knew we were going to have to drive back home and he was still sick. And I get car sick, so I could really relate. Well, as time moved on, Gus eventually got over his car sickness. We were really worried about it because we do a lot of traveling. We drove a lot of driving around in the Jeep up in the woods and stuff like that. So it took him about 8 months before he was no longer blowing chunks all over the inside of my my Jeep, which I was very thankful of. But we did it by kind of easing him into short trips, making the destination of those trips a fun place, like the park, or going out for a walk, or going and getting a treat, going to PetSmart, or whatever the case may be. And so that really, I think that really helped. Now, I can't keep him out of a vehicle. As soon as, if I start walking out the door, he starts whining. The only time he's a little apprehensive is when I say the two words, the vet. No matter how it's prefaced and how it ends. If it's got those two words in it, he's like, whoa, let's not go there. Like I said, one of the things we were concerned about was our road trips, because we do a lot of road trips and long distance stuff. So we were concerned about that, but he pulled through it. Gus is very well traveled. He's been to 5 states. He's obviously Washington, Montana, Idaho, South Dakota, and Wyoming, I believe, were the 5 that he's been to. Haven't quite made it to Oregon. We were supposed to, but we ended up rerouting up through Idaho on one of our trips. But he has been to Mount Rushmore. He's been to, this is him sitting in the number 10 saloon in Deadwood, South Dakota. They are a dog-friendly place, so we were allowed to bring him in. And he was sitting there waiting for his dish of water. He's also been to Yellowstone. Did I say Rushmore? I think I said Rushmore. We went through Glacier National Park last year. He's been to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, as you can see. The frustrating thing about Glacier National Park, as in all national parks, is dogs aren't allowed on the trail, which is extremely frustrating. But we had a good time. We made the best of it. We stayed in the national forest, actually outside of the national park, and did traveling around in there. Oh yeah, one of the places we went to was the Beartooth Highway, which Gus got to play in the snow up on that. That's a cool place. If you've never been across the Beartooth Pass, and the Beartooth Scenic Highway goes from Wyoming through Montana into, I think it's West Yellowstone, kind of over in that area. That's a bucket list thing. It's incredible views up there. So when Gus was about 2 years old, we started hiking. I grew up, our family, as we grew up, our family was big into hiking and the outdoors. We did a lot of backpacking, a lot of day hikes. That was what we did. And over the years, as I got older and kids came along, that kind of dropped off the map. I used to do quite a bit of rock climbing as well. So, having the 4 kids, and a long story, but it just wasn't conducive at that time. So I started hiking with Gus when he was about 2. Our first hike was up to Sauk Mountain, which you can see here. I'll put it up here on the screen. Doing this picture-in-picture thing here. It's something new I'm learning. But yeah, so we were in the snow up there. It was a great day hike. A little scary in a couple spots because of the way the snow was, but yeah, we had a good time. So that kind of, at that point in time, I realized that he really was in his element when we were out on the trail. He loved it. He couldn't wait to go. In fact, now he's kind of to the point now where I break out his saddlebags or his harness, and he's like a kid at Christmas opening up Christmas presents. So yeah, you know, as the more we hiked, the more it rekindled that flame inside of me to go backpacking and hiking. I think in 2018, Gus and I did 9 day hikes and 2 overnights. Our first overnight was at Baker Lake in a place called Anderson Point. It was only like a little 2-mile hike. I must have packed a 40-pound pack. It was ridiculous. I had everything you could possibly think in that. By the time we'd hiked that 2 miles, of course, I hadn't really hiked in 40-some years, especially with a big backpack. I was beat. He was exhausted, but it was an awesome trip. In fact, if you look down in the videos down there, you'll see, I can't remember what it's called, but it's our first overnight hike that we took. It was a lot of fun. Newer equipment and stuff like that, some of which we no longer use, but we'll get into that in another video. So in March of 2018, March, April, May, maybe it was May 2018, I noticed I was giving him a bath, and I noticed that he had a little pea-sized lump on his right butt cheek. So I took him to the vet. They did what they call a fine needle aspiration, where they stick a needle in there, they pull out a few cells, they look under the microscope, and they determine if it's cancerous or what. So they did that. It came back as a fatty lipoma, which is basically a benign fatty tumor. No big deal. Vet said, keep an eye on it. If it grows quickly, let us know, bring him back in. Well, in the end of September, Gus and I did an overnight up to Cutthroat Pass. We went from Rainy Pass up to Cutthroat Pass just for an overnight on the PCT. It was pretty cool because we met a lot of thru hikers, a lot of interesting people. The fall colors that were changing, the larches were in their yellow, the huckleberries had gone crimson red. It was incredible. In fact, you can check that video out as well. It's a little long. It's one of my first videos, but check that out because it was really cool. But anyways, we got up, I made camp. We got up to Cutthroat Pass, I made camp. I was kind of roughhousing with him, playing around with him, and I grabbed his butt, and I noticed that lipoma had grown to about the size of a large cashew. So that got me concerned. Well, we came back down the following day, because it was just an overnight, and I ended up going to the vet, taking him to the vet, and because he was due for a teeth cleaning, and when they clean his teeth, they put him under. And so I said, well, while you've got him under, since it's growing so fast, let's just take that lipoma, cut that lipoma out. And that's what they did. They sent it in. Originally, at first I wasn't going to send it in because they said it's just a lipoma, but I thought, let's be safe. So they sent it in and to the lab, and it came back cancerous. The radius, which is the outside of what they took off, was clean, but the deep margin was dirty, which meant it had cancer cells. So they referred me to Blue Pearl Veterinary Hospital down in Kirkland or Linwood, I can't remember. They have a very large animal oncology department there. So we went down there, and after about an hour and a half discussion with the oncologist down there, which I can't say enough good things about that hospital. They were fantastic. They were very accommodating. Gus has medical insurance, actually, believe it or not, which I highly recommend people get on their animals because vet bills are expensive. But anyways, they did surgery again, which he was not happy about. He had to stay overnight, which I was not happy about. And so I picked him up the following day and brought him home. The day before Thanksgiving, I got a phone call from his oncologist, and everything they took out came out clean. There was no cancer in any of it. So they had got all of it in the very first part of it. So it must have been the cancer cells were, what had happened is he did have a fatty lipoma, but the cancer was hiding underneath of it. So, you know, as much as I hate cancer, you gotta give it credit for its desire to survive. So anyways, that was an awesome Thanksgiving gift when they called up and said that, you know, he was cancer free. And Gus went in here, this is 2019, so he went in about a month ago for his yearly cancer checkup, and he is still clean, he's still healthy. Gus is smart as a whip. You know, I'm not saying that because he's my dog. Well, yeah, I am. I'm biased. But he is. I trained him to be a trail dog. Originally, I hadn't thought that that's what he would be, but it has worked out really well. He's smart, and he's sitting there staring at me right now, glaring. But, you know, his recall, everything is just, it's impeccable. I can't tell you how many times we've had people compliment us on his trail manners, on how well he is mannered. You know, he moves off the trail. He'll come back to me if he's off leash, and people come from behind or from in front or behind. He'll come back to me, and we move off the trail. He sits down, and he waits till they go by, and then I release him. He doesn't round corners before we get there. You know, I didn't want one of those dogs. Gus has been attacked 5 times on the trail so far. 3 by dogs that were on leash because people couldn't handle their damn dogs, and twice by people who their dogs were off leash. I remember one specific incident where this dog was just rah, 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 rah at Gus, and the woman, he was on leash, and the woman's going, "Oh, don't worry, he's fine, he's friendly." It's like, I'm sorry, that's not friendly. So that's going to be one of the videos we're going to do here in the future, and part of that series that I spoke about is trail manners and hiking on or off leash. So that will be down the road. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I just want you to know that I appreciate you guys watching. Everything that is, that we're going to be doing gear reviews also for dogs and probably on my own personal stuff. Everything that we buy or everything that I use, I purchase myself. And if you look down the description down below, you're going to see a list of equipment and stuff. It's just a partial list of most of the stuff, the regular stuff we use. And behind it is, excuse me, behind it is a link to my Amazon store. I'm an Amazon affiliate. I get, if you purchase something, if you click on the link and you buy something, you buy one of the pieces of equipment we use, I get a small little kickback from it, if you will. It doesn't affect your price. You're still going to pay the same price whether you buy it from me or you buy it from them. But I'd appreciate it if you're going to buy it from me, buy it through the link. Like I said, I pay for everything myself. I don't get anything for free. All my reviews that I'll be doing regarding equipment and even places to go are my personal opinions, and I will give you an honest opinion. If I don't like something, I'm going to tell you that. Like I said, I haven't gotten anything for free. I have no sponsors. Well, no, actually, I have gotten one thing for free. If you look on my list, the Black Diamond carbon cork trekking poles. I won those on Homemade Wanderlust's YouTube channel on a giveaway. And I really appreciate that, Dixie. If you haven't been to Homemade Wanderlust's channel, you need to go there. Dixie's awesome. She has a plethora of information there for hiking. She had just started hiking with her dog Fancy, and Fancy is a kick in the pants. Fancy is a rescue. So, you know, go over there and say hi. Tell her I said hi. Tell her Gus says hi. And check out her YouTube channel, because it's a great place to be. Well, with all that being said, I appreciate you guys watching. If you like what you see, give me the thumbs up down there. God, where is it? Is it on this side or this side? Well, just look for the thumbs up down there. If you don't like it, give me the thumbs down. And please, by all means, if you like it or you don't like it, comment and let me know why you like it, why you don't like it. I do this stuff for you guys. I enjoy making the videos. I get a kick out of it. I'm fairly new to this. But you know, we try and share our trips and my opinions on equipment that I use, equipment that I'm going to use for Gus. In fact, he's got a new set of backpacks coming that we're really excited about. But we do this for you. So let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Let me know, you know, if there's a video you want to see or a piece of gear you'd like to have me review or whatever, or something that's in my list that I haven't reviewed, please, by all means, let me know. You know, and subscribe. Subscribe and hit that notification bell, because, you know, we're going to be doing a lot more videos as time goes on. Like I said, one of my past videos, we're going to be doing a series of hiking with dogs. You know, touching on manners and equipment and a whole plethora of stuff. So, you know, click that like button, subscribe, and click the bell. And share the video. Hey, if you like this or one of my other videos, please, by all means, share the video. Let someone else know that we're here. We appreciate it. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.